generally when I do these, I really like the player that I'm doing. Whereas the next guy I'm going to talk about, I really can't stand, I could not stand while he was playing, but I have the utmost respect for him as a football player. And let me start by saying this. Congratulations to everyone that made it in the 2017 Pro Football Hall of Fame. You guys have heard that a lot, so you don't need someone like me saying it. But congratulations, Jerry Jones, Kurt Warner, LT, my man Terrell Davis. Just all you guys, anyone who makes it into the Hall of Fame, great accomplishment, great careers. Bravo. One of those guys who made it into the Hall of Fame, which I think everyone is thinking right now, it's like, oh, great, here we go. He's going to talk about Terrell Davis. He got in the Hall of Fame, and I will talk about Terrell Davis at later in this week. But the guy I'm going to focus on right now, Ladanian Tomlinson. Boy, did I hate this person when he was playing. I have, there's very few players that have literally made me want to throw a brick through my TV. You know, you just get so mad, you're just like, and you're ready to throw it and break everything. But LT made me do that on a lot of times. The man's great. The man's a legend. He's in the Hall of Fame, but he pissed me off. Let's go over this really quick. I'm going to do some quick highlights and awards from Ladanian's career. 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time second-team All-Pro, NFL MVP, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Walter Payton Man of the Year, 2-time rushing yard leader, 3-time rushing touchdowns leader, NFL 2000s All-Decade Team, Los Angeles Chargers, sounds weird, number 21 retired, Charger Hall of Fame, consensus All-American, 2-time first-team All-WAC, 2-time WAC Offensive Player of the Year, TCU number 5 retired, 28 rushing touchdowns, NFL record. In 06, 31 total touchdowns, 06 NFL record, 18 consecutive games with a touchdown, 13,684 career rushing yards, 4.3 yards per carry, 145 rushing touchdowns, 624 receptions, 4,772 receiving yards, 17 receiving touchdowns. Okay. Ladanian Tomlinson did not get enough respect in terms of he was the best player in the NFL from about 2004 to 2009. And everyone's going to sit there and say, no way. Manning and Brady are the best players of the 2000s, and Ray Lewis is the best defensive player of the 2000s. No. Brady was not the Brady he is now in those parts of the 2000s. He did not really peak as a primetime passer until 06 passed. LT and Ray Lewis, who did an interview the other day, even admitted to LT was the best player in the NFL. And he is, in my opinion, he is the MVP of the 2000s. He's on the 2000s All-Decade Team. He was the best player in the 2000s. He was. He was arguably, I cite his year as being the best in about 04. And you could have made a case that he was actually the best as soon as he came in the league. He just kind of got outshouted by Michael Vick doing the things Vick was doing. And because 03 was Michael Vick's 1,000-yard season, and he had more headline, more fanfare, and more attention was on him. But you could have made easily the case LT was the best player. LT is the perfect running back. He could catch, he could block, he could run between the tackles, he could break off long runs. There was nothing he could not do. He was Marshall Faulk 2.0. He's the kind of guy that when you see Mel Kiper and all these other draft people talk about, okay, can he do this? Can he do that? Can he do this? It's basically, can he do what LT did? And LT, you could check him off for every single one of these things. The man was truly just great on a whole other level. There's guys you watch. It's always my Kobe argument. It's like Vince Carter. I think you watch me wow, that's otherworldly talent. You see a guy I'm trying to think here, you get a guy like Dirk, and you're like, wow, that's big time. That's special. And then you get Kobe, and you're like, there's nothing we can do with this. This is sit back, watch, and just try not to get embarrassed. That's what LT was. You could game plan for him. You could have a strategy for him. You could sit there and say, okay, we're not going to let him do this. But it did not matter. I talked about with Calvin Johnson he was such a freaking force of nature that like they had to put 2 guys on him when he's on the goal line and basically punt formation. Like there'd be 2 guys try to jam him and then another safety over the top. LT got to a point where 8 man in the box was for him. And he played with a couple good receivers. This is one guy named Antonio Gates. Don't know if you heard about him. He's pretty okay. Vincent Jackson's, Malcolm Floyd's, a couple okay guys. And they still put 8 guys in the box against him. Oh, he played with these quarterbacks. I don't know if you've heard of them, Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers. Yeah. Ladanian Tomlinson, which let me say why. As much praise as I'm giving him right now, I can't stand the guy, and not for anything he did wrong. It was simply he busted Denver's ass every single time they played. You know what highlight I really hate, and I had to watch it like 10, 12 times this weekend? His record-breaking touchdown. You know who he got that against? You know who he scored the most? He scored the most touchdowns. I thought he scored the most touchdowns against Denver. I was wrong. I found earlier he scored the most touchdowns in his career against the Raiders. Denver was second. So I can't stand the man, and neither can Raider fans probably. But you can't deny greatness, and especially when it's on like that Kobe level of just like we can't do anything. You could put 8 guys in the box. It don't matter. It is otherworldly performance. It is otherworldly talent. And he was a guy just like Kobe and just like Jordan, like that's aware, but still worked. Like he was aware of like, hey, I've got it. Whatever makes you next level, a legendary type talent in a field of guys who are just athletic specimens. Like he had it. My final comment, to finish this off. He one time when he talked about, well, when did you know like you were declining? He's like, I got caught from behind. I want you to think about this. And I'm not the fastest in the world, and I will admit I'm not the fastest guy in the world. But to have never been like challenged in terms of speed, like to know you are that great that it's like, oh, some dude just caught up to me. And that's how I knew, all right, I'm not that guy anymore. Like, that's incredible. That is like Deion Sanders type of, I'm that good. And once other people start being in my territory who are already, there's other great players who have to ascend to where I fell from. That's amazing. LT, can't stand you, but I appreciate what you were for football. You were greatness. You were the best player of the 2000s, despite Manning and Brady. And you do have my respect. And now that you're in Canton, you can't unretire, and I don't have to see your ass play again. So, bye, LT. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. If you'd like to see more videos, click right here on my chest. And I will see you guys next time.